Hi guys, welcome to another Ride 5 livery build with myself, Crixus. Today we're working on the 2025 Moto Rapido Ducati of Leon Haslam. The design on this one is relatively simplistic, so to try and make it a little bit more entertaining and a bit more difficult, we'll go with a nice silver tank, and we'll try and put some carbon on the mudguard as well. I've made quite a few Moto Rapido bikes in my time. Very first one I did was on Ride 3, that was the Tommy Bridewell Moto Rapido Ducati. The bike is usually a pretty simple design. The difficulty comes from the Moto Rapido sticker, of which I've made now 4 times. And it's quite interesting because you can see the ones that I did in the early days back on Ride 3, and you can compare it maybe to this one. And while this one isn't perfect, there is definitely an evolution in my skills that have come from each one of these bikes. I've made the sticker on Ride 3, Ride 4 I did it, Ride 5 I did it in the early days. I did it for the Christian Iden bike. I then deleted it for some reason. I ran out of stickers really quickly, so I don't know what the limit is on the amount of stickers you can have. It's something like 14 pages. Just not enough. That's gone in the first few months of Ride 5, so I have to delete and sacrifice stickers every time I want to create a new one. So I had to redo for the 4th time now the Moto Rapido sticker. It's a pain in the butt. It's not the easiest one to do, but this one came out all right. What can I tell you about Leon Haslam? Leon Lloyd Haslam, didn't know that was his middle name. Born in 1983 in Derbyshire in England, known as the Pocket Rocket, and is the son of legendary former Grand Prix motorcycle racer Ron Haslam. So you can kind of imagine the upbringing that Leon had. He was definitely around those race circuits from a very early age. So some really big achievements in his illustrious career, of which he is not even close to done. He's the 2018 British Superbike champion. He did that on the JG Speedfit Kawasaki. He is the World Superbike Championship runner-up back in 2010. Did that with the Suzuki All-Star team. I think he was beaten by Max Biaggi that year. He's competed in MotoGP, he's competed in World Superbikes, British Superbikes. He's even competed in the Suzuki 8 Hours, which he won, I think, didn't he? He won that. He's had victories there on the Kawasaki. And he's rode many a bike. Kawasaki being one. He's rode Honda, Suzuki, he's rode BMW, he's rode Aprilia, and now he's on the Ducati. He's incredibly skilled. I have so much respect for Leon. I think I've been a fan of his for a long time. He's gritty determination. Guy does not know when to give up. I remember that season, was it 2017, went head to head with Shane Byrne. Just threw everything at it, crashed on the very last race when he could have won the championship. I just felt for him. It was one of the most moving races that I've ever watched, and for him to come back in 2018 and to finally win it was absolutely fantastic. So the bike itself this year is quite a simple design. The difficulty comes from the different fonts that we used, but we're used to that now. So you saw that I just put the beard sticker on it. You've got that CBE sticker with the kind of the Union Jack flag. So I made a white and black grey Union Jack flag. I then put a carbon sticker over it, turned the opacity right down, and then just did the CBE over the top, and that works really well. There's the carbon mudguard. Finishing touches, bit of a SP filter. I don't think I'm going to get that off. That's if I bring the depth right down, it's still not going to. I might just patch that up. Yeah, patch that up. Sometimes you can turn the depth of a sticker right down to 1% and it still pushes through. Can be helped, and in those occasions you just have to patch it up, but not too difficult to do in this instance. Here is the 4th and probably not final Moto Rapido sticker that I've created. It's not a difficult one, it's just a pain to get it all lined up. Cybrid logo that goes onto there. I wasn't sure if I was going to add it or not, but I'd made it before when I was looking at pictures, came into sticker editor, and it's like, damn, the wing is going to cover that up, but never mind, we'll stick it on there anyway. There's not too many sponsors on this one, and as a result it shouldn't take too long to do. I'm not worried about the layer limit either, don't think that's going to come into play on this livery. You can see that I'm using the matte paint black to cut around the edges of that silver, so I can have I will have a nice gloss print black, and then the silver next to it should look quite nice. How nice is it to see someone making art, like proper art, not AI art? Seeing so many AI generated stuff these days, it's nice to sit and actually create real art rather than telling a tool to do it for me. Do appreciate anyone who supports real art in these days. If you do see anybody having a go at creating liveries, whether it's a good one or not, you know, if someone's had a go at a sticker, if someone's had a go at a helmet, they've had a go at a livery, and yeah, it's alright, you know, there's room for improvement. The stickers are a bit off, the livery's not perfect, maybe they forgot to swap to mirror one of their stickers. Just give them support, you know, give them a pat on the back, well done, because the time it takes me to make these liveries, which are not bad, versus the time it took me to make them in the past. It actually took me longer in the past to make them. It took me maybe an hour or two more when I wasn't as good and wasn't as experienced at making liveries. So when I do see somebody that's that's got into this and they're quite new to creating liveries and they're having a go at it, I know that was probably a significant lift for them to make that. They might have not have used many layers, right? But it's a difficult tool. It's not very user friendly. So if they have had a go, just give them a well done, give them a pat on the back, say that's great, you know, maybe a suggestion, bit of constructive criticism, have a go at this next time, and yeah, it'll really help build a community of livery creators and real artists, people taking a blank slate and making something out of it, proper art. So the tail of the bike I actually can't see on any pictures. Found out if you are on Instagram, if you go on Instagram and you go to, let's say, Leon Haslam's page, not many photographs, can be a pain in the butt to find the one that I really want, but if you go to pick the tab where it has tagged photographs, you can see anybody who's tagged Leon, and there's loads of photographers, and that made the whole thing way easier. It took me way too long to realise that I could do that. But we have flown through this one, seriously. That was not a difficult livery to do. There was a cartoon on the front, which I'm not creating that, because actually 1,995 layers, that was way closer than I thought it would be. Whew. Professional. Didn't even worry about the layers, didn't realise I was that close. But here we are, 2025 BSB Moto Rapido Ducati of Leon Haslam. Fantastic livery for a fantastic rider. After filming stopped, I did have add a tiny little bit of grip to the tank. It's barely noticeable, but just a finishing touch since I had the 5 layers to deal with. But yeah, a stunning bike. Really wish him luck. Let's take it for a spin. We're at Donington Park. And we've got a suit, of course we have. The suit he's wearing this year is pretty simple. Not too much detail. I actually find that Ben Curry has more detail on his suit, which is quite nice. I might have to go doing that one sometime. But his suit's pretty plain, got red on the arms and on the knees. It is a Dionyse suit. And this is, I think, his actual suit brand and make for the first time. But a really nice looking set. Really happy with this one, how it turned out. There are other BSB bikes already posted on the channel which you can have a go and take a look at. Maybe binge watch through them, see them all take shape. I will be adding more to this collection. There will be a suggestion on your screen shortly, if not already, so you can click and go and take a look. I have more coming your way. The next video is going to be a good one. The next video will be another best livery of. Which bike though, which model, remains to be seen. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Crixus out.